introduction. Thanks DolphinScheduler and OceanBase community for inviting me for this speech, and thanks everyone for joining this event. So today, my topic is Apache DolphinScheduler 3.2.0 feature review and OceanBase integration. Okay. So I am the data engineer manager at Financial, and you can find me using this username on LinkedIn and GitHub. Okay, so today my speech is contains 4 parts. First, I will give an introduction to DolphinScheduler, and then I will introduce the 3.1 and 3.2 feature, and then I will do a workflow demo just to showcase the OceanBase integration, and then I will talk a little bit about the community. Okay, so what is DolphinScheduler? So on the official website, there is a definition. This DolphinScheduler is distributed and extensible workflows schedule platform and powerful visual interface. So let's speak So first, I want to focus on the workflow schedule platform. So workflow is used to schedule the as a data engineer, we have ETL jobs. So a workflow platform can help us to deal with the complex dependency and concurrency limitation, and we try and backfill and do the monitoring and so many things. And the second I want to focus is the distribute. Because the DolphinScheduler is distribute, so it can have high availability and high performance, and it affords tolerance, and in practice it can handle over 1 million tasks in production environment. And the third word I want to focus is the extensible. DolphinScheduler provide a plugin based design, so it can now support over 40 task time and over 11 data source, and supports many alert system and some legislation. So, and the last word, the powerful DG visual interface, it means it's drag and drop first. So it's very user friendly, and it can also support Python API and OpenAPI for the workflow management, and also can support YAM definition. So it's also engineer friendly. Okay, so a little bit about the DolphinScheduler history. So DolphinScheduler was first created on 2017 only for internal use, and then it open source in 2019, and the same year it went into the Apache incubator, and it the first open source version, and in 2020 it reached over 500 users and 100 contributors, and then he released 1.3.9 version and include the SPI condition task, and on 2021 it released the 2.0, and 2022 it released the 3.0. So right now the latest version is 3.1.8. Later we will introduce the feature of this DolphinScheduler. Okay. For DolphinScheduler, the biggest advantage of the DolphinScheduler is agile and flexible workflow management. You can use drag and drop, or another way is what you see is what you get to for the workflow creation management. And also, as I mentioned before, you can also use Python or YAML to generate the workflow, and also use API. So it's suitable for both developer and non-developer. Okay, and in as a data engineer, we also need to we have a lot of detail job. For this job, we can categorize into three parts. One is the batch, one is the streaming job. For most of the workflow platform support batch job, so DolphinScheduler can support batch job. So it supports many circle data source and supports Flink Spark streaming. So DolphinScheduler can be one place big data workflow platform. So another thing the data engineer care about is the data quality. So DolphinScheduler has built-in data quality support. It has built-in over 10 data quality rules, and it supports custom circle chat, and so it can seamlessly integrate into the workflow. This feature can improve data quality with minimum operation cost. Another benefit is that DolphinScheduler supports ML ops. It integrates with Kubeflow, ML flows, ScimakerMaker, and DBC, and other local platforms like Jupyter and the ML flavor, PyTorch, OpenMLDB, and etc. And also, DolphinScheduler is also cloud native and extensible. It supports Docker and Kubernetes. It supports Kubernetes tasks, and also, if you are a Java, you can use the SPI to define your own task time. You can. Okay. In the coming future, DolphinScheduler will release the 3.2.0 version. Here's the feature. There's a lot of feature and enhancements. So here I would like to highlight some of the features. The first one I want to highlight is this. It supports a more data source. One of the data source is the OceanBase. As our last speaker will talk more about this database, and also add more task time, and it supports remote log from OSS and GCS and AWS 3, and then it can also support getting real-time log from the Kubernetes pods. These features can enhance the log, the debugging. Okay, another open source workflow platform is Apache Airflow. I think maybe some of you can also know this project. So here I would like to have a comparison with DolphinScheduler vs Airflow. So DolphinScheduler is written in Java, and Airflow is written in Python. And the other feature I want to highlight is that as a data engineer, sometimes we need to backfill our data pipeline, and if you're using Airflow, you can only do it using the command line. And if you use DolphinScheduler have the UI support for view. And I think in terms of a Python developer, I think most people they will choose Airflow. And if you are a data engineer and you're familiar with Java, maybe you have some of the users they not developer, then you think you can choose a different scheduler. Okay, you go to our demo. Here's the UI for the Delphin scheduler. Okay, you can see this. It lists all the task state, the state of the task, how many tasks success, how many failed. And for our demo, we need to create a data source of to connect to our OceanBase. I already just OceanBase database from this OceanBase account, and then I create this data source. If we want to create a new data source, we just create here, and then for now the coming new version will support this OceanBase data source, and OceanBase can support because OceanBase supports MySQL protocol. So I choose the data source type to MySQL because right now the OceanBase data source type I think still have some problem. So I can show you so here we choose MySQL and then we fill in the IP port and use the password. And for the data source, we need to define it in pair. One is for testing, one is for the production. And so for here I defined the test and production using the same database. Okay, and then after define this data source, then we can create tasks to connect to this data source for our job. But first, if we want to create a workflow, we need to create a project. The workflow is under the project. So here I already create one project for demonstration. Here, then we go to this project page and we have this workflow definition. Here we can create a workflow. And after creating you create a workflow, you can check the let me create a new one. Okay, you can check the task type, and then you can create a node. Then here I create a shell task, and then you can create another more task. Then you can define dependency. So here's the way you create a workflow. Then you can, after you create this workflow is not active, so you need to make it online active this, and then you can trigger the task. Okay, so here I have created two circle tasks before in this workflow. both of these nodes are connected to the OceanBase data source. You can see this. Because this one is already active, so you cannot change the task. If you want to change this, you need to deactivate the workflow. So let's just look at the definition of the task. And this, at first I define a task called node 1, and then I choose my circle data source type, and then choose my data source, the data source I defined. And here the circle type is calling. So here I import a very simple slash circle statement. Okay, and then this name can output to the downstream task node 2. So here, because I define this customer parameter here, and for this node 2, it's also a circle task, and I choose my circle data source type and choose the same data source, and then this time I choose the circle type to non-calling, because I will update the database, and then this is the parameter passed out from the first task. Okay, after you define this task, you can define the dependency, and then let's go back to the definition here. Then you can active or online this workflow, and then after you online, you can manually check, or you can define the schedule for this workflow. Here we just manually check this workflow. For check this workflow, you can choose whether you want to run the test. If you run the test, if you use the test data source to run the task, yeah, you just run in the production. Then you can check the workflow instance. Here you can see that the task already finished. Then you can see that the node 1, you can double click, and then you can see the log here. So here's the slash statement. Then we already. So the name is not the result is this, and then we will pass this variable, this parameter to our downstream task. So you can check the log of the task too. Here the name is int parameter for this task node 2. Then we insert here. Okay, then the task is run successfully. Okay, and so this is the demo for how to run a circle task to connect to OceanBase data source. Okay. Next, I will talk a little bit about the DolphinScheduler community. Right now, DolphinScheduler has so many users. Many companies using DolphinScheduler like IBM, Dell, and Novo, Tencent in China, WPS, and Xuying, also Walmart. And DolphinScheduler has integrated for so many big data and ML machine learning frameworks. Also integrates with many cloud platforms like AWS. Okay. If you want to know more about DolphinScheduler, you can check the link here. Okay. That's all for my sharing. Thank you.